Hello and welcome to Tales from the Shed. And we're looking slightly bemused because we've got a few technical issues that just are driving us a bit nuts. I really hate it. So welcome to Tales from the Shed, where we talk about the wisdom for menopause and beyond. A bit before that as well, if you want to take it their way. But Alison's been talking about lies, damn lies, and statistics.
I have. And I just want to say, I found this brilliant article, and it's written by Rachel Lankester. And I want to say, phenomenal piece of detective work that she's done here. And what she was interested in was a figure that's quoted, and I have to say, I have quoted it myself, that 900,000 women have left work because of the menopause. And her thing was, really? And she tried to find the original piece of research that had said this. Where was it? And the article is brilliant. I mean, it's like going down the rabbit hole. She goes down the rabbit hole to try and find where the hell did this figure came from. And she finally got to, I think, that it had been done by some research in 2019, commissioned by Bupa, where they surveyed 1,000 women. Okay, fair enough. This is what a survey does. You take a proportion and then you extrapolate whatever you did. The women surveyed seemed to be between 18 and 70. So that's no other demographic.
That's quite a broad demographic.
It's quite broad, but no other thing about which percentage was in which band. Okay. And then, so this thing, the question that was asked to get, so 4% of this, I think 1,000 people said, they answered this question: have you ever left your job because one of these events became unmanageable? Periods, fertility problems, pregnancy, and menopause. So menopause is just one of those four of the 40 kind of, the 4%.
So we don't know
40 women.
We don't know how many of that number of women were menopausal age.
Yeah, and we don't know how many of them said we're trying to refer to menopause as the problem that they'd left work with. So so she kind of works it out in terms of how many people went, and she kind of thinks we can say with a pretty low degree of confidence that around 150,000 women, this is when you extrapolate it up, might have left them due to one of those four issues. Okay, so not quite as exciting as and then it's only based on 1,000 women at the end of the day. So as I say, so it's only based on 40 of those women, because it was 4% of those women. So
40 women.
One of those four
let's
problems.
Break this down, because you've read it, and you know it inside out.
Yeah,
it's quite quick.
sorry here.
So I'm just breaking this down for me.
Yeah.
So 40 women.
Yes.
Of no particular age.
Between 18 and 70.
Between 18, so they're definitely of a hormonal time.
Yes.
Past or present.
Yes.
40 women said they'd either had to leave a job because of menopause.
Yeah.
Or
fertility,
which is really common. Or periods.
Or pregnancy.
Or pregnancy. So
yeah.
So I mean, pregnancy. 40 out of 1,000.
40 out of 1,000.
So that means
one of four problems.
So you've had a healthy pregnancy and you either decide not to go back or whatever it is.
We don't even know why.
So this isn't even problematic. This is lifestyle choice.
Well, I don't know. The question is because one of the events became unmanageable alongside the work.
Yes, but that
it could be another. No,
what I'm saying is, I'm sort of saying that if you went back you had a baby and you wanted to go back to work, but you suddenly realised you didn't have childcare, or you changed your mind, or
that could probably be included in that.
That would be included in that. That could be included in that bracket.
But then what's happened is, now, why did this happen? And I think she makes quite a good point here. That where is it? I've got to find it here. So on the back of this press coverage, nearly 900,000, nearly 1 million. Apparently, which was how you'll see it reported. Some places have left the workforce, and then it was and then some, when they report it, they say every year. No, this is not happening. This is not the case. It was one particular study that was done in 2019 at that moment. Anyway, so they're misusing it in that way. And then it says, so I'm sure this is probably just coincidental, but Bupa launched a £250 a year menopause plan in addition to their regular health insurance.
So this research, has Bupa got any input into this research?
They commissioned it.
They commissioned it. So we're looking at the commissioned people who said, it would be really lovely if you came up with something that we could sell at the end of this, but don't feel swayed
I'm
by
sure
it.
that wasn't, I'm sure that's what happened.
And then at the end of it, it's like, and it's so often that when I hear scientists agree, first of all, scientists don't agree. I mean, we've got, but we also have that it's like the people that commissioned it, and it's always worth looking at the people that commissioned the research, which doesn't mean you end up with a bad space, but it's always the people that want to sell the drugs commission the research for it, which doesn't necessarily mean that antibiotics are a really good thing. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but I think it's very interesting looking at that and seeing the quality of the data.
What would be, I mean, and I think, and Rachel makes this brilliant point. She said, it's sometimes we don't know the truth. That's okay, as long as we are honest about it. But when you actually say, and this figure
is a fact
all over the place, it's been presented as a fact, but actually, no, it's not. At the end of the day, it's some kind of response from 40 women at some point has said one of these 4 problems might have been an issue. So, but then what that means is that feeds into that narrative of, oh my God, women are having a dreadful time at menopause. It's really awful. Nearly 1 million of them are leaving the workforce, which then makes it a serious problem for the workforce, for the government, for the economy, all these different things.
Which it would be.
We better bloody fix them, haven't we?
Yeah, so we're going to fix it. So it's interesting where that goes. So I think maybe a takeout from that is always look to your source. It was something we both learned from study. And it's like, always look to the source. Never look at somebody commenting on the source. Always look at the source.
She had to do so much work
to dig into
to try and find it. And it had been quoted all up the yin yang, by the civil service, by the Financial Times, by the Guardian, by this, by that, by the other. And then she tried to find it, and she even found the people that had done it, but they were, it was commissioned by Bupa, like all these different things.
And it's always follow it.
Money.
Always follow the money. Follow where it's going. Follow who commissioned it. What they've got from it. But always look at the quality of the data.
So what we have to say. So if you see that figure out there that nearly 1 million women are leaving work every year because of problems associated with menopause, you can know that actually isn't true, because it doesn't really. It was 40 women in 2019. Left work because of one of 4 problems, kind of, from a very badly designed question.
It was a terrible,
badly designed question, and it didn't really tell you anything. So there we go. Don't believe everything you read in the papers.
And we'll leave you with that.